Did you know that some of the most extraordinary transformations in life start with a single sign? A nudge from the universe that's easy to miss? Whether it's a sudden feeling of restlessness, an unexpected opportunity, or even a streak of synchronicities, these moments are like clues to a bigger puzzle. And if you're seeing this, it's no coincidence. It's your invitation to open your eyes, trust your instincts, and prepare for a shift that could redefine your future. Stay tuned, because in this video, we're revealing how to spot the signs, what they mean, and how you can take action to embrace the big changes coming your way. Life has a way of speaking to us, often in ways we don't expect. These messages or signs aren't always loud and obvious. Instead, they're subtle, requiring us to pay close attention. A sign could be a repeated number you see everywhere, a random conversation that resonates deeply, or even a strong feeling of unease or excitement you can't quite explain. These signs often serve as wake-up calls, nudging us to notice what's happening around us or within us. Think about it. How many times have you brushed off a gut feeling, only to realize later it was right? Signs like these are life's way of preparing us for transformation. They act as markers, letting us know that change is not only possible but necessary. They encourage us to shift our focus, look deeper, and ask the right questions. What am I supposed to learn? What should I do next? But here's the thing. Recognizing signs isn't automatic. It requires awareness, mindfulness, and a willingness to listen. Signs don't scream for your attention, they whisper. And those whispers often hold the answers to the changes you've been waiting for. The key is to notice them before it's too late. So let's dive deeper into why these signs often signal the arrival of something big and life-changing. Change rarely sneaks up on us without warning. Whether it's a shift in your career, a turning point in a relationship, or a moment of personal growth, there's often a trail of signs leading up to it. These signs act like breadcrumbs, guiding you towards something new, something better. But why do they appear? Because life has a way of preparing us before we step into the unknown. Think about it. Before a major storm, the skies darken, the winds pick up, and the air feels electric. Similarly, before a big life change, we often experience moments that signal something's about to happen. Maybe you've been feeling stuck or restless, as if you're meant for something more, or perhaps you've been noticing opportunities or challenges coming your way that seems too coincidental to ignore. These moments aren't random. They're the universe's way of saying, pay attention, something is about to shift. Big changes require us to grow, and growth can feel uncomfortable. That's why signs often show up in ways that challenge us or make us question where we are and where we're going. They act as a gentle push, or sometimes a strong shove, out of our comfort zones. And while it can feel scary or uncertain, it's important to remember this. Every sign you encounter is there to help you prepare for what's coming. It's not about fear, it's about anticipation. When you learn to recognize these signs, you can start to embrace change instead of fearing it. You'll be ready to step forward, knowing that even if the path ahead is unfamiliar, it's leading you to something greater. So, take a moment and reflect. What signs have you been noticing in your own life? What could they be telling you about the changes on the horizon? Not all signs look the same, and they rarely come with a neon flashing light that says, "Change is coming." Instead, they show up in ways that are personal, subtle, and deeply connected to your life. To recognize them, you need to know what to look for. First, there are emotional signs. These might feel like a sudden wave of unease, excitement, or even restlessness that won't go away. Maybe you've been feeling out of place, or perhaps you're filled with a sense that something bigger is waiting for you. These emotions are your mind and body's way of saying, "Pay attention, something needs to shift." Next, there are external signs. These are the things that seem to happen to you. Perhaps you keep seeing the same number sequence, like 1111.org, or hearing the same song in unexpected places. Maybe someone says something that hits you like a lightning bolt, or an opportunity appears out of nowhere. These external signs often act as road markers, pointing you toward the next step in your journey. Then there are intuitive signs, the ones that come from within. This could be a gut feeling, a sudden flash of clarity, or an idea that pops into your head seemingly out of nowhere. Your intuition often knows what your mind hasn't caught up to yet, and these signs are its way of communicating with you. Signs can take many forms, but they all have one thing in common. They urge you to stop, reflect, and act. So, when you encounter them, don't dismiss them as coincidences. Instead, ask yourself, what is this trying to tell me? What direction is it pointing me toward? Now that you know what signs might look like, the next step is learning how to spot them in your own life. This requires more than just looking around. It requires tuning in. Start by slowing down. Life moves fast, and it's easy to miss the small moments that carry the biggest messages. Take time to pause, reflect, and notice the patterns in your daily experiences. Journaling is one of the most powerful tools for this. Write down the thoughts, feelings, and events that stand out to you. Over time, you might start to see connections you hadn't noticed before. Repeated symbols, recurring dreams, or emotions tied to certain situations. These patterns often hold the clues you're looking for. Meditation or quiet time is another way to sharpen your awareness. When you give yourself space to sit with your thoughts, you create room for clarity. Often, the answers are already within you, waiting for you to listen. But awareness isn't enough. Once you notice a sign, you have to trust it. That inner voice or repeated message might not make logical sense at first, but it's there for a reason. Trust your instincts and take the signs seriously, even if they feel uncertain or out of the ordinary. Acknowledging signs also means being open to them. If you approach life with a rigid mindset, you might miss opportunities to grow. Stay curious, stay flexible, and remind yourself that every sign you encounter is an invitation to explore what's next. After all, the universe doesn't give you signs for no reason. It's preparing you for the journey ahead. Are you ready to follow where they lead? Change is exciting, but let's be real. It can also feel uncomfortable, even scary. That's because stepping into something new often requires us to leave behind what's familiar. And as humans, we crave familiarity. It's safe, it's predictable, and it feels secure. But growth happens outside of that comfort zone. And that's where the discomfort comes in. When big changes are on the horizon, it's natural to feel fear, doubt, or even resistance. You might find yourself clinging to what you know, even if it's no longer serving you. This could show up as hesitation to make a decision, a fear of failure, or even a sense of guilt about leaving behind old habits or relationships. These emotions aren't signs that something's wrong. They're signs that something is shifting. Think of it like growing pains. When you're moving toward a better version of yourself, there's bound to be some friction. It's part of the process. Instead of fighting it, embrace it. Discomfort is often a signal that you're on the right path. It's proof that you're stretching beyond your limits and preparing for something greater. And here's the good news. This discomfort is temporary. The more you lean into the change, the more you'll realize it's not about what you're leaving behind. It's about what you're stepping into. Every big change comes with challenges, but those challenges are what make the transformation worthwhile. So, when things start to feel uncertain or uneasy, remember this: you're not breaking down, you're breaking through. So, how do you prepare for these big changes? It starts with a mindset shift. Instead of seeing change as something to fear, view it as an opportunity, an open door to a new chapter in your life. The first step is letting go of what no longer serves you. Whether it's old habits, toxic relationships, or self-doubt, you need to make space for what's coming next. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to that's keeping me stuck? Next, embrace adaptability. Change is unpredictable, and the more flexible you are, the easier it will be to navigate. Be open to new ideas, new paths, and even new versions of yourself. This isn't about having all the answers. It's about being willing to explore, learn, and grow as you go. Creating a plan can also help ease the transition. While you can't predict every twist and turn, having a sense of direction can keep you grounded. Break the change into smaller, manageable steps. Focus on what you can control and take action one step at a time. Progress, no matter how small, builds momentum and confidence. Most importantly, stay connected to your why. Why are you pursuing this change? What's the vision driving you forward? Keeping this purpose in mind will give you the motivation to keep going, even when the road gets tough. Preparing for big changes isn't about having it all figured out. It's about being ready to embrace the unknown with courage and curiosity. So, take a deep breath, trust the process, and remind yourself, every great transformation starts with a single step. Your next chapter is waiting. Are you ready to take that step? Your mindset is the foundation for navigating change. The way you think about transformation can either hold you back or propel you forward. When faced with the unknown, it's easy to slip into fear-based thinking, asking, what if I fail, or what if I'm not ready? But the truth is, your mindset has the power to shape your experience. A positive, growth-oriented outlook can turn challenges into stepping stones and uncertainty into opportunities. Start by embracing the idea that change is a gift, not a threat. It's a chance to learn, evolve, and become a stronger version of yourself. When obstacles arise, remind yourself that every setback is temporary and that every challenge holds a lesson. Shift your focus from, why is this happening to me? What can I learn from this? This small change in perspective can make a world of difference. Visualization is another powerful tool to strengthen your mindset. Picture yourself thriving in your new reality. Imagine what success feels like, what it looks like, and how it transforms your life. This mental rehearsal trains your mind to believe in the possibility of positive outcomes, making it easier to stay motivated and focused. Finally, surround yourself with positivity. Whether it's affirmations, uplifting content, or supportive people, the energy you allow into your life impacts your mindset. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to believe that change is leading you somewhere better. The road may not always be smooth, but with the right mindset, you can navigate any twist or turn that comes your way. One of the hardest parts of big changes is learning to trust the process. Transformation rarely happens overnight. and the journey can feel messy, uncertain, and even overwhelming. But here's the truth. Even when it feels like nothing is happening, progress is being made. The seeds you plant today will grow in time, if you have the patience to nurture them. Trust begins with letting go of the need to control every detail. It's natural to want a clear roadmap, but life doesn't work that way. The beauty of change lies in its unpredictability. Instead of focusing on what you can't control, direct your energy toward what you can. Your attitude, your actions, and your ability. It's also important to remind yourself that setbacks are not failures. They're detours, redirections, or even opportunities in disguise. Sometimes the path you thought you'd take isn't the one meant for you, and that's okay. Trusting the process means believing that everything is unfolding exactly as it should, even if it doesn't make sense right now. Above all, stay persistent. Transformation takes time, effort, and resilience. Keep showing up even when it feels tough. Celebrate small wins along the way. And don't underestimate the progress you're making, even if it feels slow. Trust that the discomfort, the uncertainty, and the hard work are all leading you to something extraordinary. Remember, change isn't about reaching the destination. It's about the growth and discovery that happens along the way. So take a leap of faith, trust the process, and watch as the pieces of your new reality fall perfectly into place. Big changes are rarely easy, but they are always worth it. If you've made it this far, consider it your confirmation. This is your sign to step into the unknown, embrace transformation, and trust that it's leading you to something better. Life is full of signs, opportunities, and moments that nudge us toward growth, but it's up to you to take the leap. Remember, recognizing the signs is just the beginning. It's about tuning in, paying attention, and taking action. Whether it's a feeling, a coincidence, or a quiet inner voice, these signals are there to guide you. And while the path ahead might feel uncertain or uncomfortable, every step you take is a step closer to becoming the person you're meant to be. As you move forward, focus on your mindset, prepare for the shifts, and trust the process. You don't have to have everything figured out. You just need to keep going. Even the smallest actions can create a ripple effect, leading to breakthroughs and possibilities you never imagined. So, take this moment to reflect. What signs have you been noticing? What's pulling you toward change? The fact that you're here, watching this video, is no coincidence. This is your wake-up call, your reminder, and your opportunity to take control of your future. The journey ahead is yours to create. Be bold, stay curious, and step into the next chapter with confidence. Because big changes aren't just coming, they're already here, waiting for you to embrace them. Now, it's your turn to take action. Your time is now. Are you ready? Let's do this together.